Hi everyone. So, not gonna lie, I nearly completely forgot to do the weekly reading again, and I can't even blame it on a hangover or anything. It's just me being forgetful. So, I'm not on the camera today, but I don't always show myself on the camera anyway when I do this. So, sorry you can see a little bit of my laptop, but we're just gonna deal with it this week. So, basically, I was drawn to use quite almost a different deck of cards for every day of the week, which I could really do without when it's like 11:30 at night, but it's fine. So this week is for the 5th of March, can you believe it, to the 11th of March. And of course, for me, I don't know how many other women get excited about this, but for the last few years, I've been aware of the fact that it's International Women's Day on the 8th of March. So I really do take great pride in that and try to celebrate it the best I can. So you might have noticed, and if you haven't, I'll draw your attention to it, that I'm doing a giveaway where basically if you comment and like the post, and you're welcome to share, but it's not compulsory, then I'm going to get my friend to basically choose one of you. Because she won't know anyone that's commenting, so she'll I didn't know why my voice went funny like that. She won't know anyone, so she's going to pick whoever she's drawn to. And yeah, so that's it. And then also I'm going to be doing goddess guidance. That's what they're called. It's like I thought I was getting that wrong there. Goddess guidance oracle card readings with this deck here. I'll be doing that on. Sorry, my nail var's a bit chipped there. I'll be doing that on, when did I say? Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, because Thursday is the 8th, so that is International Women's Day. But I'll be doing that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 1 o'clock till 1:30 UK time. And the reason behind that is because obviously in the 24-hour clock, 1 o'clock is 13, and 13 is the goddess, so I was drawn to do that. So it was just a wee fun thing, just a wee fun thing that I was guided to do. So basically, let's get into it. So I was drawn to use the Universe Has Your Back cards because it's all about love and fear and love and choosing love over fear, all that kind of stuff. And the reason I'm choosing that is because we're in Libra Moon on Monday still, which we're still in, as I'm recording this, we're in the very high degrees of Libra Moon. And it's it's all about the peace and the harmony and the love. So if you were feeling quite lovey-dovey and stuff, especially today, Sunday, then that's why, because we've got a lot of, obviously, all that Pisces energy. I was having a laugh with that with one of my friends earlier, just because it was like, I was being kind of cheesy. I mean, I could be kind of cheesy anyway, but, I was being kind of cheesy. And then it just seemed like there was a lot of love and sharing and kindness going on. I was like, oh my God, I love it. It was like, whoa, it's like overload, feels. And that's kind of what the Pisces Libra combo is all about. So that was quite funny. So give us a card for Monday, the 5th of March. Oh, look at that. I mean, I love it because that really does encompass what I was just saying of the two signs. There is a stream of love supporting my dreams. Firstly, stream of love, Libra, supporting my dreams, Pisces. So it's like this card just totally supported what I said. But yes, there's a stream of love supporting my dreams. So I want to leave that as a card for Monday. Very positive. I'm also being drawn to the fact that there's a lot of blue in this card as well. So that's very much about speaking your truth and your authenticity and really sort of stepping into who you are and owning it. So I'm going to leave that there. And then for Tuesday, we're into the Scorpio moon. So those that know me well will know that I always say feel it to heal it on a Scorpio moon. And this is going to be emotional, guys, because again, we're in the very high degrees of all the Pisces things. I mean, actually, wait a minute. I'm sure tomorrow, oh God, I'll see that many things floating about. I forget where I see it. I just saw that, I think it's Venus, Mercury, and I can't remember the other planet, but they're actually all at 27 degrees of Pisces, and I'm sure it's actually Monday. Yes, I'm sure it'll be happening as you watch this, because by that time I upload it, it'll mostly be Monday for the people watching it. So you know, again, that what that is that's talk about feels. That really is feels overload. And then Libra is a different kind of feels, but Scorpio is like the deep feels, intensity. So Scorpio and Pisces together, two of the water signs, it's just feelings. There's nothing. There's no other way I can put it. I would urge you Tuesday, be extremely kind and gentle with yourself, and that means be extremely kind and gentle with others, because not everyone can handle this kind of overload and influx of emotion. I mean, I'm a very sensitive and feelings orientated person, but I'm telling you, like, I can feel it too, and sometimes it's just because I'm actually picking up on the feelings of others, and it's not so much myself. But you know, there's a bit of both going on. I can feel others' emotions, and it's like, and it's engulfing me. Wow, that card just jumped there. So that makes sense. Physical outlet. So it's about grounding your energy when it's feeling like that's all getting a little bit much. Like, go for a walk. You know, try and like do a grounding meditation where, you know, you imagine the white light coming down over your head and the roots of a tree going down from out your feet. And there's loads on YouTube. I really should probably get around to doing one of those meditations for my channel soon. I'm sure I will. But please do remember to ground yourself, because it really is strong emotions that are coming up. Really Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly on a Thursday, but that will be into Saturday. That just jumped there as well. Archangel Metatron. Right. So Archangel Metatron is the angel that oversees things to do with children, actually, as well. But so that maybe is going to apply to people. But it's also, so when I feel the children, I feel it's more inner child stuff coming up, actually, because of the Chiron and the high degrees. It's still about healing the inner child, and that really makes sense. The Scorpio moon is when you're really going to be feeling things to do with your past life meaning childhood and stuff, and past lives as in the other sense. But I really do feel there's some deep core wounds coming up, is the word that just popped into my head. But also Archangel Metatron's the angel that gathers all the other angels round, so it's kind of like this feeling of importance as well. Right, I didn't really want to pull this many cards for Tuesday, but I'm being drawn to pull one more card for Tuesday. Right, okay. Learn something new. Learn something new came up for Tuesday. So yeah, I feel, you know, it's about, maybe it's to do with this, you know, maybe it's to do with like really feeling the energy and feeling like you need to ground your energy because you're so sensitive and you're picking up on all these different kinds of feelings, or maybe others' feelings. Like maybe you're really tapped into your empathy and you're like, what the hell is this? And you're actually picking up on other people's feelings. Because see, if you actually are a Scorpio or Scorpio moon, look, that's me starting to burp up somebody's energy that's watching this. Like sun, moon, or rising, or you know, maybe you've got like a Mercury, your Scorpio's Mercury or something. It's like, but it's a strong. If you've got strong Scorpio placements like I have, you know, you will feel this, and that's why it's very important to, you know, make sure you've got that physical grounding as well to make you know that you're safe, to feel you're safe in all this sensitive energy, and then learn something new. So perhaps it is like, perhaps people are needing to source out ways of like managing to deal with this deep emotions that are coming up. Wow, that's pretty heavy. Right. So it probably is something to do with the all of those Pisces planets being at 27 degrees. Because I don't like you say, I don't get into the technicalities of the degrees a lot of the time. But you know, the degrees only go to 29, so 3 planets in the same thing of Pisces at 27 degrees, that is strong. So it kind of does make sense that I'm picking up all this stuff about strong emotion and learning something new. Feels to do with like spiritual awakenings going on. Oh, look at this, 2 cards just jumped out. So that's still Tuesday, these ones, right? This is Wednesday. So Wednesday is still in the Scorpio moon in Pisces season, and what's jumped out is stand your ground. So I feel like, you know, let's not lie, Scorpio can have a sting in its tail, that's what it's for. You know, but it's about, you know, I really do feel something around Wednesday is going to call for that assertiveness, and just for you to know that, no, actually, you know, you're right to feel how you feel, and nobody has a right to make you feel any other way than what you feel. You feel how you feel, basically. And it's about standing your ground with that. And it's, you know, no surprise we're coming into, you know, International Women's Day, which to me is, you'll notice I use words like warrior and goddess, and that is stepping into your divine feminine power. And I really do feel that's to do again with spiritual awakenings, because notice the number 7 here, and 7 is related to the crown chakra and is a very high vibrational spiritual number. So I really do feel there's something about Wednesday you need to stand your ground on. And it's about choose wisely though, because like I said, you are going to be feeling sensitive because there's a lot of you know, a lot of the feels going around, because we're in Pisces season, which is arguably the most sensitive sign. And then Scorpio is just totally feelings as well, but like deep feelings. And like I say, you know, with Scorpio moon as well, there is, if there is any moon sign where there's a tendency to have a bit of a sharp tongue with someone, maybe more so than you would any other day, it would be on this day. So I feel that's why I want to say it, because it's like that mixture of that sensitivity could mean it's like, you know, just go easy, like choose wisely. And I'm being led to the fact that, you know, there's all these, obviously that's why it's got all the different hands and fingers, but it's like choose wisely, like choose which way you want to go with this. Like some battles are just not worth it, and just maybe hold your tongue and let it go. Or maybe you do need to stand your ground, and it's about you getting in touch with what is right for you. But just remember that to choose wisely, because it does mean that on a Scorpio moon, you're more likely to have a bit more of a sting in your words than any other day. And, you know, I don't always say that, Scorpio, but it's really coming through. And I do just feel it's to do with all this sensitive energy and people being triggered with their childhood wounds and everything. And I'm being drawn to the fact that this is one of the heart chakra cards too. So again, sensitivity, heart chakra, all that kind of stuff. Right, so we're on the Goddess Guidance cards now, and this is Thursday. And on Thursday, we're actually into Sag Moon as well. Don't ask me what time, but we should be into Sag Moon. So that's a much lighter energy, fun, joyful, playful. I'd just like to point out, Scorpio Moon is needed as well, and it serves a purpose. And it's like, you know, sometimes the Sag Moon isn't great because it's like, you know, you need to be in that intensity too. So it's just there's a purpose for every single one of the signs, but it's just that, you know, it is good to note that it's, when you jump from one sign to the next, there is always one extreme to the other kind of thing. So it's just like Scorpio moon is very serious and very deep, and then Sag moon is more playful and light-hearted. So what have we got for Thursday, International Women's Day? Oh, goodness me. Just pulled 4 cards. I was like, right, so I don't want to pull all these cards, but anyway. So I pulled bodies of water. Spend time. I'm going to put in the order that it just came out there. That one, that one, that one. Bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or ocean, to recharge your batteries. So, you know, it's probably because of the intensity of the Scorpio moon. It's always quite a deep healing period. Because, like I say, you know, it's intense, but it's about deep healing. So if you can really sort of, I really do, like I always just like to surrender. The Scorpio moon normally does bring up deeper emotions for myself, or I just pick up everybody else's. You know, now and again I'll get a lucky escape from it, but you know, most of the time stuff does come up, and I'm glad of it, because like I say, it serves a purpose, and it's good to get deep healing and purging done. And if there's any time to do it, Scorpio's going to help you do it. So I do feel that this is about, though, because that's been quite intense on the Thursday there, it's about recharging your batteries and having a rest. Like perhaps, you know, you did feel a lot of them, perhaps you maybe got quite upset or just very tired with the energies that are around there, because we are just freshly out of the full moon, and the full moon can be tiring in itself. So it's like that readjusting to the letting go, and, you know, and then coming into the energy of the new moon. But that's still mostly about, you know, 10 days away, so don't worry about the new moon yet. And then easy does it. So again, it's just, I think it's just picking up on that Tuesday, Wednesday is quite intense, as this word that keeps coming up. Easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So that's what's coming up on the Thursday there, and I'm really being drawn to the chakra colours here, and it's about, you know, get your foundation right, Make sure that you know you're worth it and you deserve the things that you're calling in. Like, get in touch with your sense of power and don't give your power away. See what's in your heart and what really matters to you. Speak your truth and get in touch with your divinity. And that all just sort of flew out my mouth. I don't always do it, I was just drawing all the chakras. And I feel it's about one step at a time. Do you know what I mean? And then the sacred space came up as well. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. So again, all these cards are really, I mean, I know that what I do is, very, just completely spiritual, but these are all very spiritual words and cards that are coming up. And it is just about, I really do feel this is a very spiritual week. And I can only assume it is because we are in Pisces season with all of the, abundance of Pisces planets. And then, and Sagittarius, because of Sag Moon, actually, because that's what I am, it is about, getting in touch with, that wisdom and, old soul wisdom and angels and higher beings and stuff. So perhaps on the Thursday, somebody's really feeling that. And just that need to, maybe it's something as small as feng shui, like setting up a little altar in your house, for a love corner, and put rose quartz, and you put little things to do with love and stuff, or roses, or whatever represents love to you, putting that in the corner. I've done this for years, and money corners and stuff, and happiness, whatever, feng shui. Just creating an altar, because an altar is something that's very special and sacred and personal to you. So you can't do your altar wrong, kind of thing. It's yours. And then, I'm glad, a bit of more feisty card came up there, because I've got now Freya, bold. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. So this is more like it. This is more like a Sag Moon day. And I'm glad that one of these ones came up for the, for an International Women's Day, because Sagittarius Moon as well is also about freedom and, really embracing that freedom loving side and adventurous side. So I feel like on Thursday it's about, just take a risk and be daring. And just, but as I'm saying that, I'm getting drawn to the fact that that card's saying easy does it. So it's depending on where you're at. But it's if you've kind of, balanced it out and had a rest, maybe you've had the luxury of having a lie-in or something, or you're really recharged on the Wednesday night. But it's if you are feeling now is the time to go for something, definitely it is, because it's it's just Sag Moon is a happy, positive energy. It's a good time to get things done. Right, Friday. So Friday, it was strange, because I was drawn to, well, not strange, but I mean, I'd like to shuffle and show you, but I was drawn to pull a romance card, and I remember, I don't always really use them a lot, but I was drawn to pull one of them, and then it did kind of make sense when I drew this, because it's, this could apply to any sort of situation, but I pulled heart-to-heart conversations, and it says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And I'm being reminded of the fact that Friday is the day that's connected to Venus, of love. So I do feel that there's a need on the Friday there, and bear in mind we're in Pisces season, Sag Moon, so it's a nice mixture of the Pisces brings enough of that forgiving and loving and unconditional love and kindness energy, and then the Sag Moon makes it a bit more light-hearted and playful, so it's not quite as intense as when you try to have a conversation on the Tuesday, Wednesday. It'd be a very different energy on the Friday there, definitely. So I feel if there's something that you do need to sort out with someone, it's Friday's going to be quite a good day to do it. You're going to be able to get things off your chest, they can get things off their chest, but it's not going to be quite as intense as earlier on in the week, if that makes sense. And then, this has been coming up a lot recently, and it's about, open your arms to receiving. And it says, you've prayed for help, now be open to accepting it. And I feel like this really is to do with allowing it. And I'm being drawn to the fact that there's lots of red in this card, and that's to do with the root chakra. And it's about kind of like I said earlier on with whatever I said here, it's if you don't get your foundations right, and you don't you've got to stay in the present moment, and you've got to stay in the present moment as much as you can. And I know it's not always easy to do. I definitely don't always do it either, but I always try and bring myself back to that, especially if I'm feeling panicky about something or I'm worrying. It's always just a good thing to just stop breathe, and bring yourself back to the present moment. And it's about, there's something going on Friday here about, you know, it's about allowing things to happen. And I really do feel that a lot of, I'm going to say, yeah, a lot of women actually that tune into, because there maybe is some men that watch this too, but if they do, they don't talk up much. But it's about, you know, I really do feel that there's a lot of women that connect with what I say and what I put out there. And it's about, are you allowing yourself to have what it is you want? Are you, and whatever that can apply to absolutely anything, but I really do feel there's something about, you know, feeling deserving of what it is that you want. Right, it's a little bit heavy again. Right, so I'm just trying to find the cards for, they're up here. I've just piled things on top of it. Right, so these are the cards for Saturday. So I'm going to pull one of these ones, and then a magical unicorn, and then ask the angels, or whatever it is. I forget all the names of it. I've got that many cards, I can't remember what they're all called. I'm just like that one. Right. This is a card for Saturday, and Saturday's still Sag Moon. And it's, oh, this one. Embracing the future. So this kind of really does make sense to me, and it really ties on very lovely from the Friday actually, because it says embracing the future. I step into the future with an open heart. So that really makes sense to me now, why I was blathering on about allowing and why I got kind of heavy there. It's like, you can only do this if you do this. If you allow it and you get in the present moment and you know that you deserve to walk through the new doors that you've worked hard to get to. And look, you don't even need to knock on it. You don't even need to unlock the door. The door's open. Walk through it. I done a reading actually recently, and I remember pulling the person this card, and I love it because it really is like, you know, I think it was on the eclipse actually, because it was like, you know, basically that whole one door closing and another opening. And I feel like this is about something kind of opened up for you around the eclipse a couple of weeks ago, and it's about kind of like, it really is like you're overdue walking through, like just walk through and close that door, because the future's waiting for you, as long as you can open your heart to it. Oh, that's nice. Right, so, and then another card for Saturday. That's nice. Thankful. So it says, think about the people and things you're grateful for. So again, it's really tapping into allowing and that positivity, and like, you know, when you can be grateful for everything that's good in your life, and you know, the things that you love, and tap into that gratitude, it opens you up to be a magnet for attracting more of the things that you're inviting in. So that's Saturday. And then that ties in with, you know, what I've said about Sag Moon, that Sag Moon generally is at its best, you know, very happy and joyful and playful, and joy attracts joy basically, which is probably why when I worked in a school, my manager used to say that I was like Joy from Inside Out. I hadn't saw the film at that point, so I didn't know whether it was an insult or what. And then I watched it, and you know, I loved that she said that. But also that film is very deep, and it taught me a lot. I always say that. It's, I feel like I learned more in that film than I did in my course. It's a brilliant, brilliant film. Right, so Sunday. Sundays is Cap Moon, so a little bit more of a serious, more reserved feeling. It's more kind of getting shit done, making a plan, organising, you know, sorting yourself out, or strict. But you're in the Pisces, so Pisces and Capricorn, different sorts of energy. Of course, shuffling these for ages. What do we need to know for Sunday, 11th of March 2018? Improving health. That's funny that I just pulled that. I pulled improving health, and I was getting like a jabbing pain here. This is kind of like my rib on the right side. So, you know, I hope that somebody's not got an actual physical pain there that I'm picking up on. But normally when I pick up on a physical pain, it's you know, that would be it's quite high up, mind you. High up on the rib is you know, the solar plexus. So it's feeling sense of power, and you know, empowerment, either losing your power or being in your power. But as it's a pain, I tend to feel, you know, this is something about feeling like you've given your power away, or like unhappiness, depression, stuff like that. But then because it's quite high up too, I feel it could tie into the heart chakra, and things coming up for healing there as well on the Sunday. So improving health. So, you know, perhaps it is to, oh my God, I just shit my well, not literally, but that was. Can you hear that? Like my telly has just unpaused itself. Oh my god, that's creepy. That's far too creepy. Right, sorry. Compose yourself again, Claire. I don't know if that's too loud, but probably means something. It's Ed Sheeran, Shape of You. Anyway, hopefully it's not too loud. I'll pull one more card and then I'll wrap this up. Lord. Doesn't it help when it's like, a couple of minutes past midnight and that goes on itself. Shit like that happens in my house all the time. I'm normally used to it, but that does give me a fright, as you can see. Right, one more card for Sunday and then we're wrapping this up. Oh god. Sorry, that's oh man, I don't know whether using these cards was the best one. No. So I feel like, being serious, I feel like putting these two together, right? Improving health and no, right? What I feel this is about, it's about a Sunday. Chill out. Like, do you mean like don't feel like you have to do all the things today because the Capricorn moon's putting that pressure on you. Like, no. Do you know what I mean? Like rest. Sunday's a day of rest. Rest. That really made me laugh. Right, let's pull one more. God, I'm pulling so many cards, but I really do feel like one more for forgiveness. Right, okay, we're going to end it on that. So forgiveness, yeah. So do you know what I mean? It's like I feel improving health, it's about still tapping into that, the remainder of the Virgo full moon, which was basically made to make you focus on your health, your mind, body and soul, because it's the sixth house is health. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and watch all my videos from last week. It's the Virgo full moon is all about focusing on health, so that's still lingering around. Try not to do everything because it is Sunday. Slow down. And then forgiveness. Do you mean forgive yourself for anything that you haven't quite got done or you feel like you're behind in? Do you know what I mean? Like it'll all get done at some point and you're doing the best that you can and so is everyone else. And I feel that's really tapping into that Pisces forgiving and unconditional love vibes. And on that note, I'm going to go and turn the telly off and get to my bed. So there's a lot of cards obviously in this reading, and I don't think I'll do it that way next week. That was probably too much for my liking. I was just trying to be a bit too clever, but anyway. So definitely let me know. let me know how you resonate with these ones because I wasn't too keen on that. So anyway, I think I'll just keep it. Sometimes, less is more kind of thing. Anyway. So have a brilliant week and have a brilliant International Women's Day. What else? I don't think there's anything else that I can think that's on that week. If you're interested in us booking a session, as always, if you haven't had a session with me before and you haven't had a clarity call, book your free 15-minute clarity call by going to my website now because that's up and running. If you're international especially, and you can't see a time that suits you, just private mail me on Crystal Claire Visions because I can sort something out. I often do work at night and stuff. It's just I don't put that on my I don't put it on the calendars because it's like I can't just have every single time slot open. But yeah, just know that don't take that too literal is what I'm saying. But anyway, I'm going to get going. So have a brilliant week. See you later.